Do you realize that schools will reopen in 3 weeks, which means you should have covered at least 50% of your back-to-school preparations, especially the registration process? But if you haven't done that yet and you're not sure what to do, we'll guide you along the way. Plus, we're encouraging community members to organize a workday to get schools ready for the September reopening. Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson and you're watching Jamaica Magazine.
The national ID will protect your identity. In these modern times, we all need protection from fraud and identity theft. We're moving Jamaica into the modern era, where your privacy is top priority. Your fingerprint and your picture will secure your ID. This is no different from when you apply for a visa or a passport. Get the facts at nidsfacts.com. NIDS is here for your protection.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, August 9. Adequate supplies of asphalt and asphaltic products are now available in the local market. The assurance comes from Petrojam, which says it resumed refining operations on the weekend after being shut down for routine maintenance for 2.5 months. Local supply was affected as additional maintenance work caused an extension of the downtime. Petrojam's general manager, Winston Watson, says during that period, the company was largely supplying local demand through importation, but experienced challenges sourcing the commodity on the international market. He says Petrojam's asphalt unit is once again able to produce at its capacity of approximately 1,000 barrels per day. And with the refinery operations now back on track, Mr. Watson is assuring the public that Petrojam is more than able to fulfill all outstanding asphalt orders. Meanwhile, Transport and Mining Minister Robert Montego says road surfaces disturbed by the National Water Commission's work will be restored in short order now that Petrojam's asphalt production is back on track.
Petrojam was on a routine maintenance break. So the plant wasn't producing as much. They are now back in operation, and within a couple of days or maybe a week or so, as production ramps up, the adequate supplies will be made available to the transport trade.
Minister Montego was speaking at a press briefing in the Halfway Tree Transport Center on Wednesday after a bus ride between 3 miles and Halfway Tree. A number of roads have been dug up as the NWC carries out pipeline work under its non-revenue water reduction program. The work, which is being done in partnership with Maya International, is aimed at dramatically improving the water supply system in Kingston and St. Andrew. JUTC customers will soon benefit from even greater Wi-Fi access. The Transport Minister made the announcement after his JUTC bus ride yesterday. Free Wi-Fi is currently provided on 4 JUTC buses through a partnership with Growth Tech. Minister Robert Montego says plans are far advanced to increase the number of Wi-Fi enabled buses to over 100, with the ultimate plan to provide the service on 450 units by year end. He reiterated that the government-run bus company was also looking to increase passenger safety by incorporating a new monitoring system on buses to include CCTV cameras.
As we move to improve our transportation system, we will be doing and striving to do more for our customers, because our customers are the kings and the queens, and they are our bosses, and we are striving to improve the service, to bring it to a first world service within our resources that we have.
The Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, has changed one aspect of its application procedure in an effort to make the Jamaican passport more secure and to tighten any loopholes for identity theft. PICA says any individual submitting an application on behalf of someone else is now required to take along a certified authorization letter signed by the applicant. The new policy means that a bearer will now have to present both an ID and signed letter of authorization when submitting the application and collecting the passport. In addition, the agency is reminding persons that pet names and other unofficial titles are not acceptable when applying for a passport. Only names that are recorded on a person's birth, adoption, or citizenship certificate or deed poll will be accepted by the agency. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, will be working to have the Coronation Market restored as quickly as possible following this week's fire at the facility. The assurance comes from Deputy Mayor of Kingston, Councillor Winston Ennis. He says the Municipal Corporation's disaster coordinator, in collaboration with the City Engineers Department, are also conducting investigations to identify persons in need of general and emergency assistance relating to the fire. Tuesday's fire at the Coronation Market destroyed a section popularly referred to as Ray Ray Ground. Councillor Ennis says it is the second fire in 9 months and follows a series of fires that have been set to markets owned and operated by the Municipal Corporation since the start of 2018. The councillor is appealing to citizens to allow the authorities to complete their investigations unimpeded. In the meantime, the Deputy Mayor says plans have been tabled to experiment with a variety of mitigating equipment, including fire sprinklers in markets and CCTV cameras with real-time monitoring. And finally, sixth form students will be given the opportunity to gain dual certification in engineering starting in the new academic year. A program was recently launched to provide City and Guilds engineering qualifications alongside Cape Associate's degree for the upper high school students. It represents a partnership between City and Guilds and the Education Ministry. The engineering course of study is a combination of the Cape Associate degree in Industrial Technology and the City and Guilds Engineering 2850 Level 3 Diploma. The City and Guilds Level 3 program of study will give successful candidates access to the designation of engineering technician via the United Kingdom Council of Engineering. This will certify them for global employment under the Dublin Accord. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica, I can help you protect our citizens.
Jamaica Eye will play a part in increasing your public safety.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, log on to jamaicaeye.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
The 2-month summer break is a short window to get all our back-to-school preparations done. It's also used to finalize the registration of new students. And with the period coming to an end, there are usually a few late entries. If you find yourself in this position, take note of what you need to have.
So your child is about ready to begin schooling for the first time, or is graduating to a higher level school. That means going about the business of getting him or her registered for the academic year ahead. We have some useful information.
When thinking about getting your child into a school, the first step must be to research and decide on a school with options for your child. This could be a school that is close to home, offers homework services, and extracurricular sporting, cultural, and academic activities.
Once the preferred school has been chosen, you need to make an appointment with the administrators. Parents and guardians need to attend that meeting, armed with some important, accurate information about their children. This information should be clearly written on the registration form if your child's prospective school uses such a document. For children entering early childhood or primary school, you will also need to have the following documents.
Parents will need to have available birth certificates, the child passport or the immunization cards, and they will be required to visit the school and complete the application forms themselves. If they are not available, then the guardian or someone they nominate can do so, but they must be given written permission.
These documents are also required for students entering the secondary system who have gained their placement by way of the examination process. In addition, they will need to take in a medical report, which can either be conducted at a health center or by a private medical practitioner. Parents and guardians will also be asked to provide details of any physical disability or challenges that the child may have.
You see, at the outset, we would want to identify those factors which can mitigate against their performance in schools. So difficulties with hearing or sight must be addressed. We only want to get an indication that this is the case where we can have proper assessment done so that the effective remedial actions are taken.
Now that you have identified a school for your child, talk with the administrators and handed in the required documents along with the registration form. The school will then notify you to say whether or not your child was successfully registered and has gained a place at the institution.
So as we guide you through traversing the registration process, remember that registration should ideally begin as early as March to ensure your child gets a space in the school of choice and to give you more time to have them prepared for the new school environment. So don't delay. Get your child registered in school because every child can learn and every child must learn.
Mommy,
Yes, Zoe?
can we read this book? It will only take 10 minutes.
Sure, sit down. Every spring, Madame Angel Wing arranges
Do you have 10 minutes? Read with your child today. Reading with your children for just 10 minutes each day helps develop their language and listening skills, stimulates their imagination, and expands their understanding of the world. So, start reading with your child today.
Every year, schools across the island struggle to get their facilities ready for the new academic year. Sometimes it's the bushing of the property or repairs to fixtures, things that can be done if the community comes together. This is a partnership the Ministry of Education supports.
There is a saying which states, "Many hands make work light," and we've seen this be proven true, especially when we take on our annual Labor Day activities and other organized work days. This can be applied to getting schools ready to reopen their doors. Yes, man! Community members coming out and helping to fix up learning facilities in their areas. And if you're not sure where to start, we have a few suggestions.
Education is a partnership, and by virtue of this partnership, the community is extremely critical. So as we prepare for the new school year, what are some of the things that our community members can do? Our community members can assist in the preparation of the classrooms, the repairs to the benches as well as the desks and chairs that would have been damaged in the previous school year, the painting of the classrooms, the cleaning up of the yard, the repairs to the bathrooms, and the general fixing up that is required for the students to have a pleasing and comfortable environment. The community can also assist by holding each other responsible, especially in this time when we are having a drought, and not to allow community members to take away the little water that the National Water Commission and the Ministry of Education will be working together to put in the tanks for our children.
Everyone benefits when communities take responsibility for the maintenance of school properties.
Because when you have a lot of people coming together, then that can be a powerful force. And so I just want to encourage all our community members to just come forward, offer yourselves. If you are having challenges in terms of acceptance from our schools administrators and so on, because sometimes that is a challenge, please feel free to get in touch with any of the regional offices at the Ministry of Education, and let us work with you to open that gateway for you to provide the support for the institutions.
Another way communities can get involved in the preparation of schools is by working with the Parent Teachers Association. The Ministry of Education is also engaging communities through its National Parenting Commission to see how it can foster a kind of community spirit that reflects social pride towards schools.
I will also tell you that there is already a lot of goodwill out there. So there are some parents who have come forward to say that they want to assist the ministry. And so we are trying to see how best we can develop a registry that is aligned to different schools, that we can say to different parents who want to assist, this is what the support that the school requires so that it can be provided.
The Education Ministry notes that where there is community and even private sector involvement, schools are able to operate more effectively. Resources that would have been used on projects that have been taken care of by the community can go towards other important areas.
This partnership has worked tremendously well for a lot of our institutions. So where the community is involved, where corporate Jamaica is involved and the government, we have seen that these schools have done exceptionally well. And so we would like to adopt this model for all of our schools across Jamaica as we seek to improve the quality of education.
Once again, here's a reminder of some of the ways you can assist your neighboring school to successfully reopen this September. You can help with repairs to benches, desks and chairs. Help to repaint the classrooms. How about cleaning up the school compound and repairing the bathrooms? And if you look around, there may be other things that need fixing. Let's be resolved as community members
to start taking ownership for the institutions, for the schools, which are really beacons within the community. You have to engender this kind of community spirit, get the community to protect the institution and by virtue to protect our children.
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, more than a supper.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the idling. You think I saw we reach our aging? I can, you can. Like our Olympians, every Jamaican can.
If you're thinking of furthering your education and don't have time for a classroom setting, then distance learning is the thing for you.
Learning has long outgrown the traditional classroom with its blackboard and chalk.
And as new technologies emerge, access to higher learning has increased, and convenience is the name of the game.
I wonder what time. Oh, I have class in 5 minutes. I better hurry so I can join them in time. It's a good thing my class is right here at home. All I need is my laptop, internet connection, and I'm good to go. I can even take part in class and access all my lessons online.
As simple as that. Technology integration to support education has been improving over the years, from the infant stage to the tertiary level. This has been more evident through what is known as the Open Campus, a more advanced form of distance or e-learning. It offers multimodal teaching and learning services through virtual and physical site locations globally, and all in the comfort of your personal environment.
Everything is virtual. You can have your study time whenever time you please, midnight, whatever time. And the lecturers, you can interact with them, whether it be Skype, Illuminate.
Through the use of information and communication technology, learning has become more web-based, supplementing the traditional setting for formal instruction. This gives open campuses the capacity to increase networking among campus sites, as well as among students and faculty members within those locations.
What we realize is that there is a need in our region to expand access to education, to tertiary education. So what we have done then is to utilize the technology to be able to bring that education to the community and to the people so that they can study from where they are. So instead of them coming to the education, we're bringing the education to them.
Working in Kingston, living in Buff Bay, I don't have time for a classroom environment, so the online situation was just perfect.
And participating in
Web conferencing is another feature of open campuses, and through the use of special software, students and tutors are connected in synchronous sessions using the internet. But those who still opt for a classroom setting can come here. At the UWI, open campus conference rooms are fitted with microphones, so sessions can truly be interactive.
Another convenience of the open campus is what is called streaming media.
This is where course details in the form of videos are streamed through a computer network. This allows students to view videos or listen to audio anytime, anywhere.
El membrete gordo.
Our technology platform is based primarily on broadband in our sites, but students who live where they don't have broadband can also download their courses in a reasonable time, even with dial-up.
A flexible open source platform called Moodle is used to develop the courses, which are then uploaded. Studying online has been widely adopted in the Caribbean, and for Jamaica, it's a welcomed option. The University of the West Indies has approximately 42 open campus locations across the region. 11 of them are located in Jamaica, and together they serve 16 countries in the English-speaking Caribbean. Such networking significantly reduces traveling costs, making tertiary education more accessible to more people.
We know, for instance, that the government is pushing access to the internet and access to computers. And this is going to be a great partnership for us to be able to really raise the level of education access in the rural areas and in more remote areas of Jamaica.
Some marine, you know. Yeah?
Yeah, man, I have the pocket 60,000.
60,000?
Yeah.
How much I want?
Yeah, man, 2 bays I want, man.
Yeah, man, no one else.
Grand,
yeah, man. Same. Alright,
what want, cat?
You don't know, I sit downtown the other day there.
Oh.
All the brethren, them man, we buy and sell marina. Yeah. One of them I sell a 6-pack for $1,000 and the next one I sell one for $200.
So where buy?
Buy 5 of them for $1,000. Think them can't rob me.
So Uncle Fancy is the same $1,000 you would spend to get the 6? Seriously?
Tell them again now, my math brains.
Math count.
Math count.
Sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
As of May 31, whenever you are making local calls, you will have to use the area code 876 before you dial the existing 7-digit numbers in your contact list. This is because Jamaica will be receiving a new area code, 658. Yes, all Little Island will now have 2 area codes, and to ensure you're calling the right person, you will have to dial 10 digits. Don't worry, if this is new to you, you still have time to get used to it, because there is a 5-month permissive dialing period where you will be constantly reminded. 10-digit dialing. Another step in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
And despite the crime and violence
As we close today's show, we ask you to stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.